All right, Graham, it is so good to have you here. I'm so excited we get to chat today. And the first question that I wanted to ask you to kick things off is how did you get into the world of franchising?
Like everybody, I got here by accident. I don't think anyone says they want to be in franchising when they're in second grade.
Hmm.
As a failed college athlete, my first thought was that I was going to be Jerry Maguire and realized just how much butt kissing and hand holding that required. And though that is a prerequisite for almost any career, it was a little too much for me. But then I graduated school late 2000s, tough economic times, and everyone that I had worked for, done internships for, calling on them to try to get a gig. And they're like, look, I like you, man, but I'm going to get fired. I can't really help you. It's like, noted, understood. So my dad had started this awesome marketing and PR company called 919 Marketing in the mid 90s, had just started getting into the franchising category at that time when I graduated. He was kind enough to offer me an opportunity to start at the ground floor, get my feet wet, see if I liked this whole marketing, PR, sales thing. Challenged me to figure out how to take advantage of this new niche we had found in franchising, where there's this awesome business model that serves any variety of industries, and felt like that was a good pathway for us. Fast forward 15 years later, 919 Marketing is now the premier content marketing, PR, and digital agency serving the franchising space. I was proud to grow that business with him, my father, David, stepmother, Sue Yanello, colleagues, Scott Kirkin, and many others. Very proud of what we did. But now, it's time for me to chart my own path and do my own thing and take those experiences and deploy them to the best use of all these wonderful candidates we get to work with here at FranCoach.
That's amazing. I love that, Graham. So you've really definitely spent some time, in the franchising world even before coming to FranCoach. How would you say that that past experience at 919 Marketing and Beyond helps you now as a franchise coach?
I've had the pleasure of working with hundreds of different brands out there across, dozens of industries. My job at 919 essentially was to help us build and grow our franchise development, franchise recruitment practice. So thinking through the lens of the franchisors here, what types of people are they trying to attract to their concept? What types of owners would succeed in their model? Doing what we could to help with lead gen and lead nurturing work to help those teams
Yeah.
do right by these candidates and award franchises to the right people. So I really understand after 15 years of doing that, what the other side of the street looks like, I guess, how franchisors go about figuring out who is a right fit for their system. And now in this position, I know which brands are doing things the right way, which ones have awesome cultures, which ones have business models that offer the right upside, depending on the type of financial capacity a candidate has or what they want their personal and professional life to look like as they make this leap. So I really feel my 15 years of experience here puts me in a particularly strong position to be the right type of Sherpa guide advocate for our clients at FranCoach.
Absolutely. It sounds like that's a huge kind of wealth of knowledge that you bring to clients and that you bring to the table, which is incredible. But speaking of clients, what is your favorite part of working with clients at FranCoach?
I love to know what drives people, what gets them up in the morning when they're considering investing in a business and taking this awesome leap into business ownership and working for themselves. What do they want that to produce? Where do they want that business to take their family, them personally? What type of goals or milestones do they want to hit that would make them feel as if what they're doing is even more rewarding and higher upside for them than their previous career? So learning what drives and motivates them, how they got here, and what they want their story to be 5, 10 years from now is what really excites me.
Absolutely. And they kind of get the opportunity to paint that picture, I think, when they work with you and then, see that through, hopefully, if they end up becoming a franchise owner. So for someone who is kind of trying to create that next step for themselves, why would you suggest working with FranCoach, working with a franchise coach in general, and also, us specifically here?
One of the biggest reasons to work with a franchise coach in general is that, we've been here, we've done that, we understand the franchising category. We know that franchising is more than just fast food. When you talk to most people who haven't been exposed to franchising. All they know is McDonald's, Arby's, Wendy's, companies like that. Here at FranCoach specifically, we work with more than 600 brands spanning more than 70 industries. So no matter what your financial capacity is, what your skill set is, what type of team you want to manage, what you want your day-to-day to look like, we can help you go far beyond what you would do when you're conducting Google searches and blindly making phone calls, to make sure we help you analyze, review, and do homework on specific brands that would be a great fit for you personally, to help you live the day that you want to live each day, have the freedom that you want to have the financial upside that you want to have, help you look beyond what you would just find in casual internet searches or just checking out some restaurants that you know.
Totally. I think that's such a huge misconception that franchising equals fast food. And I think when you work with a franchise coach, you really get exposed to the incredible diversity that exists in franchising. Definitely. And then, continuing on our kind of train of thought about our clients, for your clients or any soon to be franchise owner, what's one piece of advice that you would give them?
Same advice that my best coaches gave me when I was an athlete growing up, that no matter what you're doing, you have to play with a rational confidence. We're all going to have imposter syndrome at points of our life when we're just starting to do something, or when situations are presented to us that we're not perfectly prepared for. That happens to you whether you're working for yourself or not. So trust that all this time and effort and energy that you've put into building your career, building yourself as a human, constantly learning, constantly looking for new opportunities, that grind you're doing each day where you've busted your tail to get to this point will serve you extremely well when you take this leap into working for yourself and making sure everything you're doing is to the benefit of you and your family. And know that you've got this, know that you can get this done, play with a rational confidence.
Well, amazing, Graham. I love that answer. And I think that is something that so many of our clients need to hear, is that kind of a rational confidence and really believing that you can do it. Now that we've kind of got our informational stuff out of the way, we are going to transition to 2 just for fun questions. And the first one, I have heard from Danielle, a little birdie named Danielle told me that you are known throughout the franchising world for your hair. But if you had to trade hair with anyone on the FranCoach team, who would you trade with?
Well, I'll take it. That's a kind compliment. And since I can't be as fabulous as Danielle in general, this is kind of a pain to maintain sometimes, I think I'll trade with our fearless leader, Tim, because, I don't know, no hair seems like it's easy to maintain, and you can be damn handsome anyway.
I actually totally agree with you. I would also trade with Tim because it seems like a 5-minute getting ready routine. He can be out the door in a minute.
I'll take the under on 5 minutes.
Exactly. I love that. And then Graham, my last question for you today is, who is the most famous person that you have ever met? And I would love to hear the story.
So as I mentioned, I was a failed college athlete. I played college baseball at this little school called Davidson College outside of Charlotte. Was fortunate to go there in the mid to late 2000s when this skinny guy from Charlotte named Steph Curry ended up working out and playing at that school too. So, pretty hard for me to top watching Steph Curry, the best shooter of all time, dancing on tables at fraternity parties, playing against me in beer pong. I did beat him once. I'm going to take that to my grave. And getting to watch him lead our little mid-major school to the doorstep of the Final Four is awesome time.
That is really incredible. That is a great one. And that is someone I would love to meet. That's a really good one. Well, thank you so much, Graham. Yeah, it was so great to talk to you today. And I'm so glad that we got to go through this stuff. I think people will really love watching this video to get to know you a bit better.
Quinn, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.